Scorpio, welcome to your general reading. I hope you're well. I hope you are fabulous. We're doing yours and theirs placements today. We're going to start with the oracles. And before I forget, you guys, I'm putting out a call for postcards. Send me postcards. I want to see where Sassy Fam is from. I have recently got an increase in postcards, and I typically get letters, which is really cool. And I try to send thank you notes for those people who bothered to write in, because I know that takes extra effort, right? But I've been getting an increase of postcards, and it brought to mind, let's do something with that. I don't have enough here to make a collage, but I'd like to. I remember saying at some point I'd like to make this a rotating background, and I'd like to do that. So send me postcards, guys. I've been getting some really cool ones from all over the US and Paris and Italy and Greece, and I'm just loving it. So I want to put in a call. Give me some postcards. Tell me where you're from, and maybe we'll get yours displayed over here, maybe over here. I don't know, but I want to rotate the space, and I just want to show how extensive Sassy Fam is. I appreciate you. My business mailbox is listed in the description box. Also, I'm on Facebook now. Hopefully I will see you there. Also listed in the description box. And so far it's been pretty good, guys. So far it's been pretty good, you know? Since I've opened the account, which was mid-July, I've only had to block one person. And that's a success in my book, honey. When I was on Instagram, I had to block people all day, every day. Left, right, up, down, day, night. It was crazy. At Facebook, so far, just one person. Just one person. That's pretty darn good. So I think we have our new home. I think we have our new home for Sassy Fam and social media. So hopefully you'll connect with me there. All right? What's going on, please? Show me what I need to see, please, for that Scorpio energy. What's going on? Show me what I need to see, please, for Scorpio. Show me what I need to see, please. Show me that Scorpio energy, please. Oh, number 39. A lot of folks have been getting this lately. The 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel. Speak your truth, yeah? Speak your truth, speak up. That's the throat chakra right there, the speaker of the truth. So, Archangel Gabriel, of course, we always see him depicted with the horn. Or, as we know in tarot, judgment. Okay, the time is nigh. Judgment is now. Time to make a decision, time to make a declarative, time to speak up, speak your truth, speak for yourself. Your intentions, love, life, know what you're doing, right? And speak towards it and act accordingly. Cool. A lot of folks have been getting that, you know. And I have to say, it's been fitting. People have been making difficult decisions, but no matter the level of difficulty, so long as it's correct, and it is correct. Speak your truth, even if it hurts. The point is, you have to know what you're doing, you know? You have to know what you're doing. Oh, my goodness. Number 38, the 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael. Oh, my. We got some energy going on today, and that's in succession, too, 38, 39. Well, we're just moving up the ladder of archangels today, ain't we? Wow. Your sense of feeling, your sense of internal guidance, your intuition. That's a lot of claiming energy. A lot of powerful claiming energy. Okay, let's get out of the vague. Let's get out of the vague and jump into specifics. I know that some of you are feeling the heights of your sense of intuition and sense of direction. Some of you are speaking your truths, and some of you are being quiet about your truths. But the point is that you know your truths. When we get energy from that place in our chakra that says, I feel this. You're not necessarily speaking it, but that doesn't mean you don't own it any less. So for some of you, it's a quiet knowledge, a quiet understanding. But so long as you act in accordance with what you are thinking and feeling, there you go, you're still living your truth. Okay. What's going on? What's going on, please? Show me, Scorpio. We're going to start with your side, but of course, collective readings being what they are, reverse energies as it is necessary or it applies. As always, regardless if you are the main show or you are the cross watcher, take what resonates, leave it does not. There you go. Easy peasy. Show me that Scorpio energy, please. What's going on? Our base today is the Klimt Tarot, based on the artistic works of Gustav Klimt. Show me, Scorpio, please. Queen of Swords. Well, Something's hitting your radar. Truth. Powerful truth. Coming to terms with facts, reality. Showing me a rational mind. Very, very, oh, very. And it's continuing on into present day, so this is fairly concurrent. You just pulled the Queen and King of Swords. Oh, my, my, my. Strong determination. Very strong determination to both speak your truth, acknowledge your truth, and act according to it. What, pray tell, is that? Show me the future, please. The Moon. You're not saying. You're not saying. At the end of this, you're hiding your emotions. And it seems to be on purpose. Granted, not everything is revealed to you at this time. But you seem to have made a determination to actually go into the moon or bury your feelings on purpose. That's what it's looking like to me. You know, the King and Queen of Swords, their benefit, of course, is understanding things from a logical and or rational point of view. So we kind of suspend our feelings for the sake of our mind, which is something we have to do. Sometimes we cannot be in that realm of soft, fuzzy love, feelings, or passion when we have work to do. Or we know that it's not for us, or it's not right for us, or it's just not where we are. And you've been in that space for some time. But now it's looking like you're actively choosing to go into the moon. I feel like there's something here you're trying to bury in terms of your feelings. Who is surrounding? We'll see why you're doing that. Whether it's a conscious choice or it's done so out of fear, I could not say. I need to clarify. Who is surrounding? Perhaps they're just not available at this time. Who is surrounding, please? Five of Swords. Who kicked that off? I don't remember. I don't remember. What else, please? Death. So shall it be. Could be done with fellow Scorpio. We also have Pisces here. That's not the point. What else, please? Queen of Cups. Three Swords. Pain. Of course, I don't like the Five of Swords. It's probably the worst of all the fives. And all the fives are difficult to some extent. Five of Swords is the worst. It's the one that has the strongest tendency to linger and wreak the most havoc in our lives, more so than any other five, because it's internal. If someone is determined to see their love energy towards you as a failure, they're going to get that result. If someone is determined to see the situation they have with you as bad or negative, or it's just not going to work out, they're going to produce that result. If they are determined to see your connection through a certain lens, and that's all they see it through, instead of addressing their real feelings, then that's what they're going to get. They're showing me death, but then they turn around and then show me a Queen of Cups. So either they're trying to transform their filter, their particular kaleidoscope of how they view this connection, okay, and transform it into a place of love, because death isn't just death, it's also transformation, as we know. They're either trying to kill the worst part of their mind that insists on seeing their connection with you through the worst possible lens, that I'm just setting myself up for failure, this connection's no good. They're either trying to kill that perspective, or they're trying to transform it, and then they show me the Queen of Cups in future, their heart space. And I see you over here suspending all your emotional energy towards this person, and you're trying to approach it logically. You don't seem to be too happy with what it is that you conclude, because you go into the moon. You're either hiding your real thoughts and feelings on purpose, or it's just something here you know you cannot see yet, the outcome. because I have to admit, yeah, this person's energy is confusing. You open with the Five of Swords, that's, well, I mean, that's just really no bueno, is it? That means no good. It's something you can't fix. If someone's determined to see your connection or your relationship through a cracked lens, then they're going to get cracked results. You know? If I have this connection with Scorpio, I'm setting myself up for failure and it's just going to end, they're going to get those results. But then they show me the Queen of Cups in future. So they're either death, trying to kill that negativity, that form of self-sabotage, or transform it and try to better open up to a love energy that's actually productive as opposed to self-defeating. Five of Swords is self-defeating. It's not just self-sabotage, it is self-defeating. There's no point in having a connection if you insist on seeing it poorly. Or you're convinced you can't have it without trying. Then yes, you will get the results from that point of view. Like I said, you're looking through a cracked telescope, you're going to get a cracked view. And for those of you who have continuously requested I need to hold up all the cards, I can't do that. My messages are over an hour long and I use multiple decks, but I will do a better job of holding the cards up for you, okay? It's a reasonable complaint, but it's not always terribly reasonable for every reader. Again, if you're doing 10-minute videos, there's no excuse why you can't hold every single card up to the camera. That's not what I do. But I will do a better job of trying to hold them up to you, okay? All right. Show me the shared energy, please. Show me that shared energy, please, between these two. Show me the shared energy, please, between these two. Ace of Cups. Having a hard time dialing this one in. Nine of Swords, Two of Wands. Yeah, there is a potential of love energy here, however. It's going to require the both of you to get out of your minds about it. You both take the potential love energy to a place of pain. You both have a tendency to overthink it. From your points of view, I do understand that you are trying to approach this logically. If someone is approaching your connection through the frame of the Five of Swords, of course, it's best if you kind of kept your emotional distance and let logic and reason prevail. If someone is determined to not see your connection in a healthy way or experience it in a way that suggests it has a place to grow or develop, of course you're going to be emotionally hands-off. But you both have to make an active decision to get out of your heads about it. It's going to take two in this respect. I know you try to keep yourself aloof from this and suspended from this. The thing is, honey, if somebody has this much of a distorted view about their emotions towards you or how much it's going to fail or there's no point to it, I'm not quite sure why you entertain it. You have to ask yourself if that's something you want to have in your life or keep in your life. Someone who does not advance their emotions or their intentions because there's too much fear or an absolute conviction already on this person's part that it will fail. I need to see that Ace of Cups and see why you're bothering with this at all, because it looks like to me you're determined to remain detached from it, and again I can see why. I see why. But Why is it here at all? That is the question. Show me the overview, please. No, that's what we're saying. That might be what you're coming to silent terms with. Show me the overview, please. Knight of Pentacles. Oh dear, how long has this been going on? How long has this been going on? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh, you two are quite the pattern. The mental pattern, I should say. The both of you. Some of this Knight of Pentacles, please. Show me that Knight of Pentacles, please. Show me that Knight of Pentacles, please. Ten of Wands tried to pop out. If you're new to my channel, I prefer it when they fully flip or hit the table. It can increase the process, but it is my process. Show me the Knight of Pentacles, please. We got Ten of Swords. What's going on? We coming or going? Is this over or not? Is there a point to this or not? Is this being drug out or not? What's going on? Show me the Knight of Pentacles. Nothing. That's full-on suspension. Knight of Pentacles is already slow. You put the Hanged Man over it, it's dead. Really, I might as well see death. There's nothing going on here in terms of emotional development or any sort of commitment to opening up or moving forward. You know this. There has been no development in this. So why do you entertain this connection? Yeah, I know you're entertaining it, otherwise it wouldn't be here. Why do you entertain it? Why is it in your life? What is it giving you? If someone's determined to see this connection from that point of view of it's self-defeating or there's no point, why do we entertain it? There's literally no emotional development here. Or real-world development either. Knight of Pentacles. Which would have been fine if you two had conceded or consented to taking it slow. You're going to have real-world slow development. But not even that. So why am I saying this today? What else, please? Anything else, please, about that Knight of Pentacles? You've already started hiding from this person. The Moon. You suspended all emotional activity with this person. It feels like it's coming from a bad space. Okay. You're showing me the Moon twice. You might have some heavy Pisces in your chart. That's not the point. Could be connecting to one heavy Piscean energy. That's nothing. Have you done this consciously? And you just haven't said. Have you suspended all hope of activity with this person, but you just haven't said? It's a little different for Scorpio when we pull so much heavy moon energy. Since we are natural secret keepers, we do have a tendency to keep things to ourselves. It's not meant to be malicious. It's not. It's just we don't expect or assume everyone to understand our emotional process, so we just tend to keep these things to ourselves. We have a small inner circle of people we can trust. And if you can't trust them, you don't speak to them. Is your moon conscious, though? That's what I want to know. You're showing me a great deal of conscious activity. Are you aware that you have gone quiet? Are you aware that you are being quiet on purpose? Page of Cups to the Ace of Cups. You have kept your feelings hidden on purpose. And also any actions related to them. You have kept them quiet. You don't speak of them. Is it because of the lack of activity? Because you know that this person refuses to see this connection in a way that's positive or has growth, any sort of development? Makes perfect sense to me. So the question is, Scorpio, if you've hidden your feelings because you know that this person is determined to see this connection in a wrong way or a bad way, that makes perfect sense to me. You have feelings for them, so that tells me then it's a conscious decision on your part. A little different when Scorpio pulls the moon so much. You're showing me a conscious decision to hide your feelings. To look at this rationally and logically. Okay. Not once but twice. Queen of Swords, King of Swords. There's something here you've concluded about this connection and you understand, or it's best to suspend all your feelings for it. I think there's a Scorpio, our feelings never go away. That's the pain in the ass of us. It's our catch-22. All signs have pros, thus we have cons. Being emotionally loyal as we are comes at a price. The feelings never go away. We just hide them. And if we're very lucky, we can transform them. So when we pull death, it's typically because it's done. That doesn't mean the feelings are done. No, no, no. No, no, no. The feelings are rarely done. We just choose not to express them. It's different. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm a triple Scorpio, I understand the process. People think we're so confusing. I don't think we're confusing at all. I don't think it's confusing at all. If you're not safe to emotionally invest in someone, but you have feelings, what do? You suspend them, you hide them, you don't express them. You leave. You exit. And that's because the feelings never go away. I don't understand why people don't understand that, but there you go. Show me that Queen of Swords, please. Show me that Queen of Swords, please. The point is, Scorpio, why am I saying this? Because you still have feelings there. You just put them under the moon. Show me the Queen of Swords. Page of Wands, reducing your energy, showing very little interest, showing very little passion. What else, please? Queen of Pentacles, focusing more on your homestead. Showing very little interest or inquiry. You've made a logical decision here in the recent past as Queen of Swords to show very little interest or inquiry outside of your immediate household comfort zone and or needs at this time. So you've gone inward and to focus also on home, strength of home, family, your material world, anyone who is immediately in your surroundings, who has received your primary care and attention. That also includes a conscious decision, Queen of Swords, determination to show more energy towards you. Your comfort, your care, your stability, okay? Putting your best of your energies back onto yourself, showing yourself the love, care, and attention that you're not getting from this person. So all that energy is going back to you. You've made a strong-willed decision about this in the fairly recent past, and to some extent it has carried over, okay? And so doing right by yourself. Show me this King of Swords, please, in the current energy. Ace of Swords, you got a truth and you're sticking to it, baby. You got a truth and you are sticking to it. A little cold. A little cold. It's not without reason. I understand. Something's happened. Something's happened. What else is going on with this King of Swords, please? I'll get back to that. Show me that King of Swords, please. What else in this King of Swords energy, please? You stick to your truth. Show me the King of Swords, please. Nine of Pentacles. I'm good on my own things. Something's happened. No, I don't contest that. I know. I know. You are cold, but it's not without rhyme or reason. I'm trying to understand your reason. I understand you have residual feelings you feel the need to hide. And that's because let's make this clear, it's reactionary. You've hidden your feelings and quite possibly cut all ties and or communications with somebody. Why? That's up to you. It's going to fit you individually, and that's if it resonates with you. And you say it's not because you don't have feelings. On the contrary, you actually have feelings. And what happens when Scorpio can't requite them? We put them under the moon. Okay? It's better to just put them in a quiet space where we don't speak of them. And that's because it's in reaction to the literal lack of development. Knight of Pentacles to the Hanged Man. There has been no emotional development, and there has been no real-world development. Let's make that clear. It's not going anywhere. And their energy kind of gives me a big fucking clue as to why. You open up with the Five of Swords. This is not so good. Yes, I agree with you. Someone who is determined to see the connection in a bad way, or that there's no point to it, they're going to get the results that they set themselves up for. I've said this 1,000 times. But to so markedly and nakedly open with the Five of Swords, they don't trust themselves, they don't trust the connection, there's no point to it, it's just going to lead me astray, it's bad for me. It all goes into a negative space, and yeah, you're gonna end up getting those same results if you are determined to see a connection from a Five of Swords point of view. You will shoot yourself in the foot. You will fuck yourself over. You will not enter a relationship, not in a way that's healthy or has any sort of development attached to it. And I'm sure they've tried to tell themselves to knock it off or kill the connection. Something's happened recently. I don't know what it is. I just see a reaction is immediately to shove all your feelings and the disappointment of this no traction, no nothing, no development, nothing solid, nothing real. You're determined to shove all that shit under the moon. I understand. I think that's perfectly rational. There's no communication. There's no activity. There's no development. It's embarrassing. It's humiliating. Shove that shit under the moon. Your willingness to invest in a bigger cup. You put the focus on yourself. You're determined to do this. You're showing me a lot of determination here. Focus on thyself. I completely agree with you. All that love, care, and attention, the investment specifically, that pentacle that failed to launch back here, you put the pentacle back on you. I completely agree with you. 100%. Everything you're not getting from this, you give it to yourself, as you should. You should be a complete whole person before you try to enter a union with someone else. I agree. King of Swords, Ace of Swords. I got truth and I'm sticking to it. I'm doing just fine. Knight of Pentacles. I'm sure you are. Like I said, whatever it is this person fails to invest in, you show it to yourself. Always. You don't need it. You don't need whatever it is they weren't investing in or they refused to move forward. You don't need their investment. That's true. You wanted it, but you didn't get it. So you went into a very strong-willed, strong-headed, I dare say pig-headed mentality. I got to take care of myself. That's my focus. I agree. No contest for me. You're doing well. Independent. Beautiful. Nine of Pentacles. Love that. My favorite kind of energy in tarot. People ask me all the time what my favorite cards are. Nine of Pentacles is absolutely in my top 5. I understand the Nine of Pentacles like the back of my hand. This is the garden of our own making. And we can luxuriate in said garden because we know what we put in it. We worked very hard for it. We worked for our monetary success, our comfort level, and the ability to say, I did this shit. That's what the Nine of Pentacles is. Fuck yeah, I love that energy. So I want you to revel in all that you have managed to create, and not for what was destroyed or didn't launch or take off. My question is, Scorpio, given the determination, if not downright pig-headedness of your energy, to not emotionally engage in this person, to not give them any more. And I understand your reason. It's kind of here. I don't even have to clarify their side yet. Why am I saying this? It's beautiful energy. Strong-willed. You got your truth and you're sticking to it. Let's go a little further into that moon energy. Oh, I got your reasons, honey. I got your reasons. I know. Show me the moon. And I agree with that philosophy, I do. There's nothing you can give me that I can't give myself or provide for myself. The idea is you're showing me independence, strong will of mind, capability of rational logic. I can leave my emotions out of this. I can. It's not safe for me. I agree with you. It's not safe for you to express your feelings to someone who is convinced that your connection is a failure, or that there's no point. There's no point to emotionally investing in Scorpio. It's just going to fail. I wouldn't emotionally invest in that person either. Okay? I get it. I do. I do. I understand that. I just don't want you to think this applies to everyone. You know that, right? Show me the moon, please. Seven of Cups. Two of Cups. Yeah. Two of Pentacles. Like I said, it's repeating at this point. Your feelings that are right here, specifically your willingness, Page of Cups, to invest into the bigger thing, the Ace of Cups, has gone under the moon. It has gone hidden. That's because there was no evidence of development or moving this thing forward. I understand that. You're still showing me the moon in future. Again, your love energy is still there. It's still there. Okay? It's still there. There is a soft, sort of fuzzy confusion about your feelings for this person. Why are they still there? Their feelings for you, what are they exactly? You don't seem to know, nor would you, not with that kind of energy. And it's interesting to me, I can tell that you are indeed living your best life. And the focus is where it needs to be. You're taking care of you. But under the moon, where your feelings are nice and safe, you're still saying to me, I don't know about this mess, Christina. I don't know about this mess. And it is a mess. It does feel like a mess. Over here it was much simpler. You got Two of Pentacles for Two of Pentacles. I knew I was going to say that. Fucking knew it. Fucking knew it. There's still confusion. Why do you have feelings for this person? Did I ever really know what their feelings were for me? No, you didn't. I'll answer that for you right now. No, you didn't know what their feelings were for you. How could you? Did they ever have feelings for me? It's kind of irrelevant, honey. I'm going to call it for what it is. It's an irrelevant question. The fact that they opened with the Fives of Swords tells me it's an irrelevant question. Did they ever have feelings for me? Do you really want someone who sees your connection as a Five of Swords as a failure, self-defeating, and there's no purpose? Do you really want to know the feelings from that person? And even if they presented them to you, would it be believable? Do you really want to accept someone's love energy through a cracked lens? They're going to have a cracked perspective of love. So I'm going to have to push back on you in that. By all means, be confused by your own feelings. But not theirs. They have a lot of work to do before they could present any feelings to you that was honest. and came from a fixed lens. By all means, question your feelings, honey. Go into the moon space, keep them there. If that's what helps you feel better, just sort them out. You're going to sort it out privately. Like I said, I kind of called it back here. It's a conscious decision on your part to hide your feelings. Possibly cut off all emotional communication with this person if you haven't completely cut off all contact altogether. You're showing me that you're doing well. And that's what I want you to focus on. So under the privacy of your moon, okay, you have talks with you about your feelings for this person, why they're confused, why you still sometimes hope that they're an option in love, specifically a Two of Cups within those 7. A Two of Cups exists within the 7. I just wanted to know their feelings. Because I know I had the potential here. I had the potential to invest in a bigger cup with this person right here. But I had to put that under the moon. My investment got canceled. There was no development. Okay? You're showing very little passion and interest and or heat other than what is immediately your surroundings and care, which I understand. And you're determined to continue on in a certain path of independence and capability, as you should. But in your private time, in your quiet time, contemplate your feelings. But don't linger there too long. Eventually, you'll come to understand the truth. I actually feel the more rational and logically you approach this, the better off you'll be. When you can kind of see things as they are, instead of what you had hoped. And because you can't quite trust their feelings or yours, they go into the moon. So you can kind of sort that out on your own time. Later, quiet, private. You don't seem to be consulting this person. This is between you and you. The forefront of your energy says, I know what's going on. I want you to continue to stay in that energy. Look at this connection logically, rationally. There's a reason why you stopped investing in this person emotionally, possibly stopped all communication with them. You can see the truth of it. Trust that. So while I understand and appreciate you really wish you understood their feelings, even if they presented them to you, would it be believable? You know? Is that something, when somebody presents you love energy from a Five of Swords space, is that something you can take to the bank and rely on it to cash? Probably not. You know? It's not the kind of emotional energy you can take to the bank, is when it comes from a Five of Swords perspective. I'm sorry. Show me the Five of Swords. Now, if they're doing transformative work on them, I say good on them, but it's not yours responsibilities, it's theirs. Okay. Your feelings are quiet, and they're just for you. You're not displaying them in your external world. Okay. I'd like to say something further out from you other than just contemplating of your feelings. Did I ever really know mine? Did I ever really know theirs? Theirs, I have to tell you, and I have to insist, honey, it's irrelevant. I'm sorry. But the Scorpio I'm looking at today kind of already knows that. Which is why you went cool on them. Logical or rational. Because whatever they were giving you didn't measure up to the experience. Five of Swords, please. Show me that Five of Swords, please. Show me that Five of Swords, please. Show me that Five of Swords, please. Yes, I would like to see something further out for you. All I'm getting is that you still have a place of withdrawal for your feelings in the future. Very private, not once but twice. Five of Swords, please. And you got to work through it, Bobby. You got to work through it. Okay? But just so long as you don't neglect it. That's all I care about. Just don't neglect it. Work through it. Use your rational mind in your day-to-day world. Okay? That will help you see the truth of at least your feelings. Sometimes, as much as the King and Queen of Swords get a lot of shit, to be perfectly honest, sometimes it's not about what you feel, it's what you know. And if what you know you're receiving didn't look right, it didn't feel right, specifically, it wasn't going anywhere, then that's a piece of logic. That piece of logic needs to weigh in on your heart space. Sometimes we need to be the King and Queen of Swords. Not to set ourselves up for failure, but to kind of check our heart space. Sometimes that heart space needs to be checked. This is what you feel, and this is what you know. Does what you know match up to what you feel? The answer was no. Okay. Show me that Five of Swords, please. There was no development here. That's what you knew. There was nothing going on. It wasn't going anywhere. It wasn't doing anything. And that's because I got a Five of Swords here who's determined to see this connection as a one-way street. It's a dead end. There's no point. It's self-defeating. Self-sabotage. Which means it could have been something, but they refused to see it that way. Show me the Five of Swords. Here's the Five of Swords. Person has a not very positive mentality. All will fail. 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 And specifically, they're looking back at you. Some of it's manipulation. May might have been important. Ten of Pentacles. This person has a very strong foundation in self-sabotage and failure. Specifically, the fear of failure. So they just don't. They don't engage in strong connections that are challenging or present more. Because the idea is if I build myself up that I will fail that much harder. That's their point of view. It's unhealthy as fuck, and it doesn't help you. This person's a coward. And they're strong-willed about it too. Why should I build myself up just so I can fail? They approach life like this when they could be reaching for more or aiming for higher. They're afraid of having their wings clipped if they fly too high. So they clip their own wings. It has naught to do with you. Your energy is healthy. And there's a reason why you pulled Queen and King of Swords on your energy towards this person not once but twice. You see this logically, don't you? Rationally for what it is. If this person is determined to see you in such a negative way, or your connection in such a negative way, they will in fact produce the very results they told themselves were true from the beginning. This is self-fulfilling prophecy at its finest. And it has nothing to do with you. The Ten of Pentacles is beautiful energy. We love the Ten of Pentacles. Unless, of course, it's surrounded by negativity, which means this meatloaf has been baked. This particular mental programming, or whatever it is you want to call it, is so ingrained in this person's pattern, it affects all areas. They never reach too hard. They never reach too high. Not in love, not in work, not in life. For fear of failure. It's just going to end. 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 There's no point. There's no point. There's no point. And then they fulfill their own prophecy. They have such a negative view of your connection. So fearful of it. So very fearful of the connection. There's a reason why you went logical in this person. It's not meant to be mean or full of maliciousness. It's like, you know what, I gotta do what's right by me. There was a time I wanted to invest in you, and I had feelings for you, strong as they are. I kind of hate myself for that, but there you go. That's why I'm hiding them. And you've gone into a place where they can no longer access it, and you no longer present them. Okay. And I gotta focus on me. This person's energy is so negative, and it's so long-standing. They're afraid to do anything different. It's substanding to 10 of Pentacles. That also tells me in connection with you, they substantially doubt that this could go anywhere, or that it could be long-standing, or that it could be fruitful, or that it could be productive, or that it will last long. 10 of Pentacles is longevity. I sincerely doubt my connection with Scorpio will last long, so there's no point in developing feelings. I probably don't have those feelings for Scorpio anyway, so there's just no point. It's going to fail, and yes, it will fail. From that frame, from that point of view, from that cracked lens, yeah, it's going to fail with you. They ought to know. They set it up that way. So that's why there's no investment. My thing is, honey, I can kind of just jump to and see where your energy is coming from and where the focus has been. Okay, for you. And I understand it. I think it's brilliant. My thing is, how much time passed before you saw there was no development? Emotionally or in the real world. This is real world, this is emotional. Emotional, real world. Real world, emotional. You saw development in neither. There was no emotional development or real world practicality behind this connection. How long did this go on that you had developed feelings? And I know you developed them, otherwise you wouldn't be hiding them. Something to think about. That's the thing about death. I get that all the time in the comments. All the time in the comments. Again, I understand. I gotta make a video that addresses all this shit. I really do. I've been saying that for like a year. I need to actually do it. Scorpio walked away. They just killed it. They just ghosted. They just walked. They have no feeling. They're horrible creatures, etc., etc. I've heard it 1,000 times. And that's because that person still doesn't understand the energy. Don't tell me Scorpio is the most emotionally loyal. They just left. They just ghosted. They didn't say anything. Oh, on the contrary, I promise you. Your Scorpio has a lot of feeling for you. That's why. The idea is it's fear there. If we had feelings for someone once, we can do it again. So that's why sometimes we just end things. Because we know those feelings will never leave. That's why. That's also why we're accused the most of never really giving up emotionally. I hear it all the time from other tarot readers. Well, Scorpio, you just won't let go. You just won't let go. No, you can't. Not really. We never really let the feelings go once we have for somebody. Which is why we become cold and distance ourselves and walk away from something that we understand is not working, but won't change. I promise you, if a Scorpio left, it was because they had deep feelings, but they also knew something would never change. Or perhaps your particular Scorpio is just an asshole. You let me know, put it in the comments. But I promise you, I know the basic principles behind Scorpio. The collective, the personality. It's not random. Very rarely is. But no one of any collective under any of the 12 signs is not immune from being an asshole. Sometimes people are just assholes. But I promise you, the one I'm looking at, if he chose to ghost your person, to walk away from them, or completely hide your feelings from them, it's because they gave you a reason to. And you've done a complete emotional withdrawal. Your real world energy is on point, honey, so don't worry about that. It's very good. I want you to continue to use that rational mind to see this connection for what it is, so it can influence your heart space correctly, and it will make you less confused about your feelings. You can see them for what they are. Trust the process. I know a lot of readers give that King and Queen of, well, you're just hiding your feelings. Well, how about this? Perhaps I'm using logic where I probably should have been from the very beginning, because I'm dealing with somebody who from the very beginning was determined to see us fail, to not engage in me appropriately, who said that there was no point to this connection. If I had been using my mind from the beginning, I might have caught it sooner, and instead of having caught feelings. Okay? So you use your reasoning skills to your advantage, and let them weigh in and check your heart and make sure it stays in place. Okay? Show me death, please, for this person. Show me death, please. Show me death, please. Show me death for this person. Nine of Pentacles. That's so interesting. You show me Nine of Pentacles positive. They show me Nine of Pentacles negative. Your frames for life are completely different. Your points of view and frame reference for vision and how you see life are completely different. You're over here taking charge. Beautiful. Strong mind. Strong sense of self-care. And this is what's right for me. You've reduced your passion. You've reduced your inquiry in keeping all that lovely energy towards yourself. Everything you weren't getting from this person, you put it back into you, which is always a good investment. You are your best investment, always. Remember that. If you don't invest in yourself, how the hell do you know how to invest in the right person? Aha! There's some logic for you. You see independence as a beautiful thing. And it is. You should always know what your abilities are. This person sees independence as a bad thing. Freedom of mind. The freedom to see things the way they actually want to experience them, as opposed to how they insist on viewing them. What else, please? This person sees independence as a threat to really come into one's own, and that's unfortunate. It comes back to that Five of Swords twice, and that's a long-standing feature for this person. They are not comfortable coming into their own energy. Seeing things from a positive point of view, optimistic point of view. They don't have a strong sense of independence and the ability to care for themselves in a way that's positive or healthy. You're showing me the exact opposite of that. I wished I had never got feelings for that person. It's a little after the fact, honey. That's a little after the fact. That can't be helped now. Okay? You're showing me you have a strong mind, and you are catching up to your truth, and you're living your truth as best you can. Your feelings for this person, continue to examine them, but it's going to come from a quiet space. Okay? Learn what you need to learn. And please allow your mind to give you the facts that you need to counter-check any lingering bullshit that's in your heart. Did you really have feelings for this person? Why? Why were you attracted to them? What was so attractive to them? Can you really say they had those kind of feelings for you? Etc., etc. Allow your mind to do it, honey. That way you don't just feel like nothing but pain is in your heart, okay? Allow yourself to have those rational thoughts. Anything else, please, about death in this person's energy? Seven of Cups, they say they don't have that independence to choose options in love, so they suspend all activity. Yes, I see that. So if this person, again, comes from a forced frame of mind, reinforced frame of mind that all things will fail, there's no point to this connection, it won't possibly last, what can I possibly build out of it, it can't be strong. Nothing will come out of this connection with Scorpio. Meanwhile, you're over here living your best life and proving the exact opposite of that, that you are more than capable of carrying your own weight under the Nine of Pentacles, which I will point out is literally one pentacle away from the Ten of Pentacles. You are actually incredibly stable, very gorgeous and generous in your home space and to those people who are in your immediate environment, and also very good to yourself. You have a strong mind. Everything this person says that they can't have with you, you're already doing it in and of your own right. Oh, the irony. Do you see, honey, do you see the that self-defeating energy of the Five of Swords? Everything they say they can't have with you, or it's not, or it's stupid, or they shouldn't try, you're already showing as an individual person. They believe in failure because they don't believe in themselves. They assume the worst because they assume the worst of themselves. They do not allow themselves to have those kind of attachments because they don't trust love. They don't trust themselves. How could they trust love? In order to trust love, you have to trust yourself. This person doesn't trust themselves and they don't believe in themselves. I'm sorry. Death is claiming some of the best independent energy here. Nine of Pentacles to the Seven of Cups. That's beautiful independent energy. I have the right to choose myself, to choose love. Seven of Cups right there, Nine of Pentacles. I, as a person, understand and claim cups. I can choose cups. That's of my free will. This person does not believe in that. They say I'm not free, and I'm not free to choose. And that comes from this space of constantly setting themselves up for failure, aiming low, aiming safe, when in fact it means they don't get what they want. In order to get what you want, you'd have to have a healthy frame of mind. You two have very opposing energies. Very different. Yours is positive. I invest in myself. I invest in my future. I invest in my mind. Yeah, I got some emotional bullshit, but I pull myself aside and I deal with that on my own time. They're showing me there's no point. Everything's fucked. That's because they don't believe in themselves. Their right to choose. The right to choose themselves. The right to choose freedom. The right to choose love. They don't believe in that. And that comes from a confidence place, honey. It has nothing to do with you, like I said. That particular meatloaf is cooked. All the ingredients are in it. Now, they are showing me a Queen of Cups in future. See what's up with that. If I see a quick turnaround, I'm going to raise a few eyebrows. So, show me that Queen of Cups, please. Show me that Queen of Cups. You're living your best life, honey. But please allow all that strong rational thinking to intercede in your heart. Okay? And again, you want to check that heart space. Alright? Why did you get attached to this person? Why did you allow them to see why did you allow yourself to see this person as option in love when they clearly weren't in that space or capacity to approach you in the same way? Why? That's what I want. That's your homework. You need to figure that out. That's part of your homework. I want you to start journaling. I want you to start writing. Why did I allow myself to emotionally attach to someone who is convinced that this connection is a failure? That there's no point to it? Why did I allow myself to emotionally attach to someone who was very clear from the very beginning that they weren't going to invest in me emotionally or in the real world? Why did I allow that to happen? That's what I want you to do. Challenge yourself. Get that shit down. Put it down on paper. All right? I'm glad that you were going to give it serious contemplation, but it's not enough to just hide your feelings and quietly look on them. I need you to get it down. Use all that big rational thinking to your advantage. Okay. Show me the Queen of Cups, and all that rational thinking will really help you define your feelings, because you can't answer theirs, but you can at least answer your own. Was I lying to myself? You know, why did I allow this to happen? All that good stuff. Did I not understand someone who I thought was an option in love, really they weren't? Page of Pentacles. What else, please? They are trying to invest in their love energy opening up towards you. It's Page of Pentacles. And then the Chariot. Why? That's the first, for God's sake. That's the first thing I want to know. Now they're telling me that they want to choose love. And you're hiding. Where's this coming from? What's the motivation? Two of Pentacles. Don't expect too much. They're still confused about their own feelings. Where's the motivation coming from? That same poor self-esteem over here. That's their motivation. Usually the problems are the solutions, and the solutions are usually the problems. It depends on how far the history goes back. Because their pride hurts. Their confidence hurts. It's another part of them that's broken. Part of them is missing the passion. They feel broken from their own sense of confidence and their ability to move forward, so they're going to try to show you some display of love, but it's still coming out as confused and disoriented. They are. It's going to come out in a small way. Page. Not much, in other words. And that's because it's still coming from a place of confusion. So while I know they're going to present to you some sort of emotional energy in the future, you're telling me I'm still confused by their feelings. So like I said, and there's a reason I said that, honey, that was called foreshadowing. That was some foreshadowing shit. I said, specifically, you may not understand theirs, and you may never understand their feelings. Why would you? But you can at least understand your own. What you will do, I do not know. You seem to be determined to hide your emotions bare minimum, knowing that they had influenced you once, and that means they could do it again. Five of Pentacles, Six of Wands, it's coming from a broken space of confidence. Passion. Confidence, mostly. So they're telling me they're trying to give you some display of emotionality in future, but it's still coming from an inconsistent space. They're still confused about their own feelings for you, but it's like they feel they need to put on a show to re-engage you. Like I said, I got a whiff of manipulation energy back here, and that is manipulation. When they feel sad, tired, broken, without energy, lacking love, lacking passion, they come back around. They're bored. It comes from that space of not being connected to the self. So while you're over there questioning your love energy for this person, and for good reason, they're not really questioning it. They're not really interested in digging into their own backstory and understanding why they do this, or why they like this, or why they only come around when they're finally so broken from their own feeling. You know? They're missing love energy in their life, and when they feel it the most, that's when they communicate with you. That's manipulation. Yeah. Whatever it is they're missing, and that's when they start feeling the missing, that's when they drop something your way. Like I said, how long had that been going on? And yet there was no evidence for development. Why would there be? This person from the very beginning said this connection with Scorpio has no chance. And that comes from a space of, they tell themselves that, they don't necessarily believe it. They say this has no longevity, there's no point. Yet they engage in your energy. And it comes from a place of saying they have no independent sense of self or free will. I can't choose. I can't choose options in love. I don't have that kind of space in me. I have no options. You see independence as a beautiful thing. They see it as something fearful. The ability to choose for oneself. So when they feel the most broken in love, because that's here, when they feel the most separated from their love, the most bored or disinterested or they're just not getting whatever they're getting in their own life, or the passion, whenever they feel a little separated from that. And I'll drop you a message, but I promise you not much has changed. It's still coming from a broken space. You've completely retreated. Even if you choose to communicate with this person, you're going to leave your feelings out of it, 100%. Okay, this is what I'm actually curious about. The Ace of Cups was here twice. You felt the potential of investing into something bigger. You did. I know you did. I'm tying this back to you already. So whatever this is, I'm already tying it to you. I can tell you that right now. Some of this Ace of Cups, their feelings for you, like I said, there's no point. There's no point. The only time they feel motivated to express anything to you at all is when they feel the most separated or lonely from themselves. And that's when they kind of request your energy to come back around, or whatever the case is. You know this. There's a reason you're over here being single and concentrating on your own life. Because this person clearly withdraws. Or they told themselves that connection with Scorpio is over. And you've had long periods of silence in between. But when they feel the most lonely, or the most desperate, or God forbid, the most bored, that's when they drop a line. Mark my words. Nine of Cups, please. Oh, okay. I haven't used this one in a while. Ace of Cups. Show me the Ace of Cups, please. Show me the Ace of Cups, please. Show me the Ace of Cups, please. Seven of Swords. Oh, but there you are, honey. You had doubts about this so-called love from the very beginning. There it was. You didn't pay it as much heed as you did then as you do now. Oh, it has a much sharper impression on you now, doesn't it, honey? Right here. Again, please allow your rational mind to influence your heart. What do you know to be true? What are the facts? And you stick to them and allow that to weigh in on the scales of your feelings. I understand the moon energy for us is very private. You put your feelings there not once, but twice. This is what's on display to the world. You're cool, calm, collected, concentrated on numero uno, and anyone who's in your household, that's it. But in your private side, your love energy resides, and you're still sorting this shit out. Quietly. When this person drops that page, and they will, do keep in mind, it's still coming from a page. It's still coming from a place of confusion. It's going to confuse you, again, if you allow it. Understand, though, they opened up with heavy notes, accents of manipulation. Again, that comes from a broken space. They crave the very thing they reject, and they say they cannot have. So if you respond to this person, that is your choice. I do know that if you do, A, you will keep your emotions completely out of this, or B, you won't talk to them at all. You haven't made up your mind yet. But you knew back here, didn't you? The potential love for this person was already had doubts from the very beginning. Ah, and that was your Five of Swords, my love. You didn't listen to yourself the first time. I asked you. I asked you. Why is this here? You're doing well, don't get me wrong. That's on the surface. Your emotions are a mess. My thought, Scorpio, was that if you knew this person had a narrow view of you and your connection, and everything was on a one-way street, and everything was predetermined, and everything's fucked, and there's no point to this connection, or Scorpio's just a bad job, or you felt that they were manipulating you, you set yourself up failure in your heart space with this person when you didn't listen to yourself the first time. And that's the honesty of it. Okay. And that's why you withdrew your feelings. You knew back here under your shared energy this was a bad job. You didn't listen to yourself right here, the Seven of Swords. So you set your own heart space up for failure. That's why you retreated it so harshly and so quietly, so privately. And why on the surface, you're doing a hell of a job taking care of priority number one. It's like you're making up for it. I agree. I'm glad to see you're taking care of yourself instead of wallowing in pain. That makes me very happy for you. Which is an interesting point. You haven't shown me the Five of Cups or the Four of Cups once. Disappointment or regret. It's like you're still trying to figure that out, how disappointed you should be. The fact that nothing happened with this connection? Or the fact that something did? Part of you might be relieved then. Because you're not showing me pain. You're not showing me regret. What you're showing me is, what are my feelings for this exactly? And why did I allow myself to enter it? Interesting. You can't help their side of the equation, honey, just you. So perhaps you need to ask yourself, was this really love you were feeling? Was this really love that you were feeling? Nine of Swords. Show me the Nine of Swords, please. Only you can answer that. I'm not saying you didn't have feelings for this person. I know you did. That's why you're hiding them so much. Oh, I know you did. But it's also curious you're not showing me regret. Are you accepting this for what it was instead of fighting it? I think that's very wise of you. Indeed. I think that's very wise of you. Such heavy, heavy rational logic reasoning. If you are indeed accepting this for what it is and for what it isn't, that will, of course, lessen the pain aspects. Speaking of pain, show me this Nine of Swords, please. The only real pain was caused back here when you didn't listen to yourself the first time. The doubts. You said, no, I'm going to try for that cup. Seven of Wands. Blockage. Pain. Trying to block all the mental thoughts. Queen of Pentacles, Six of Wands, there they are. There's their energy right there. That's Six of Wands again. You're trying not to show this too much energy. Or that it hurts you. That's what you're doing. You're trying not to let this show that this hurts you. There it is. It's your pride. You don't want you don't want the other person to say that this hurts you. Again, that would be showing them emotion, right? It's all going under the moon. Oh yeah, your pride got hurt. You didn't listen to yourself back here. Anyway, the baseline. God, I know I said I'd do a better job of holding up the cards. I'm trying, guys. But you can see what I do and how extensively I do it. I just can't hold up all the cards. Okay, I'm trying to read the story. But yes, Six of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, tying back to this person's energy. And then we have the Seven of Wands. We're trying to block the pain to show that it doesn't hurt. Again, to show that, but to show emotion. And you're just not in a place where you want to show this person emotion, even if it is painful. Because it's kind of like it justifies their point of view, right? Oh. It justifies their point of view, doesn't it? If you show them pain and disappointment. Like, well, Scorpio, I knew this connection was shit from the beginning. That's why I didn't invest in it. So if you show them emotion, they win. It had nothing to do with you, honey. They were already determined to see this connection of yours from a certain lens. Thus, they created it. That's interesting. Two of Wands, please. Two of Wands, please. Two of Wands, please. Show me that Two of Wands. That's interesting. Knight of Wands, show me. You need to make a decision about the energy it's taking to hold on. Or they do. Perhaps you both do. Because it is taking energy to hold on to this, no matter how fragmented, fucked up, and broken it is, it's taking energy to hold on to it. There's not much here in the 3D to justify it, I have to admit. But energetically speaking, this thing is not healthy. If I'm being perfectly blunt with you, it looks a little fucked to me. And not in a good way. But yes, it is taking energy to hold on to this. The Moon. You're telling me you're not ready to address this. 3 times. It's quite the point with you. Your underlying. You're telling me energetically on the underlying that you are manifesting walking away from this. You're just taking time to get to it, that's all. It is taking you a certain level of energy to hold on to this, and that is a decision. Four of Pentacles, as much as we think we're not doing it, we in fact are. We are choosing to hold on to someone's energy, and it takes energy to hold on to energy. No matter how low-hanging, disappointing, or stupid it is, it takes energy. Oh, we are indeed being blessed with Our Lady of Perpetual Lawn Care today. I believe that's a weed whacker. Hi, my name is Christina. If you're new to my channel, I like to keep the collectives up to date with the shenanigans of my neighborhood, which are extensive. An 18-wheeler passed earlier. You would never know I lived in the suburbs. I knew I should have stayed a downtown kind of gal. I mean, honey, if there was going to be noise, you know, at least when I was renting, oh God, I miss renting sometimes. None of that shit was my problem. AC problems, not my problem. Plumbing problems, not my problem. Yard problems, not my problem. Oh, sometimes I really regret giving up my downtown life. It's just like, honey, if you're gonna have the noise, you know, at least be in the location you want to be in, you know? Access to all the cool stuff and everything that's going on, and just good places to eat and good coffee shops, but no. Anyway, you're telling me you're still not ready to deal with it. You haven't made a declarative decision specifically as your feelings are concerned. So let's make this through. The 3D between you is nothing. There really isn't. It's almost like this person was determined not to have anything long-term with you because they were already determined to see it as a failure to begin with. So again, how does that help you? I know you know this to some extent, and I need your rational mind to weigh in more on this subject. It's doing well for you in your own particular 3D world, and I need that to go into your moon space. And I think that's what you are trying to do, because some part of you understand it's taking energy to hold on to this. It is taking you energy to continue to hold on to feelings you don't necessarily want, but you're doing some heavy-duty processing. You kind of have a sign up that says, under construction, do not disturb. And I understand that, but Scorpio, someday, sometime, you're going to have to come out of the moon. Let me make this clear to you. Every single feeling you had for this person, moon, moon, moon. Real world, I'm great. I'm doing well. And I believe you are. I really do. The only time I saw denial for you was in reference to this person's love energy, or what you thought was love energy. You knew from the Seven of Swords that you had doubts about it from the very beginning, and that's where your own Five of Swords resided, was that you overrode those whispers. You tried this cup out. You got a little attached to it, and I know that because you bury it so hardcore. It's a raw thing for you, it's a vulnerable thing for you, it hurts you, kind of pisses you off, and it hurts your pride. Which is interesting, because I have seen no anger for you, I just know you. It's part of it. Okay, the lawnmowers have joined in on that particular symphony. You're telling me you're not ready yet to fully address it. You're still kind of sorting out your moon energy for this person. Your feelings specifically. Okay. I want more progress from you though. I'm going to go ahead and say it for what it is, Scorpio. You already actually have a conclusion. You already have a conclusion. Intellectually, you already know that. If you have to bury your feelings for somebody and act like they never were, what does that tell you about this connection? I know you don't want to prove this person right. The thing is, you're not proving this person right. They already proved themselves right. Several times. They were determined to see your connection as a failure, thus they created it as one. They don't choose their sense of self, they don't choose independence, they don't choose freedom, therefore why would they choose you? They were determined to see you poorly, or the connection poorly, and said it had no longevity, it had no merit, when in fact that particular aptitude for failure, setting ourselves up for failure, settling, going for the easy out, not being challenged, okay? We temporarily prop up goals and we don't see the goals through, we procrastinate, we put shit off. That all comes from a place, it's gonna fail anyway. I don't believe in myself, so why should I believe in anything else? We don't know that. We as human beings don't walk around on planet Earth with those kind of name badges. Hi, I'm a Five of Swords. I ultimately believe everything I do is going to fail, so I don't really put myself into anything that is healthy or productive. I will, however, settle for shit that doesn't make me happy. That way I can always kind of be right about what it is I choose. It kind of sucks, but what do you expect? I have a sucky point of view. But anything that's too healthy, no. That can't possibly last. Why? Because it would challenge me too much and my belief systems. That's where this person's coming from. I'm sure they have a whole history of not believing in themselves, not challenging themselves unless they absolutely have to, and talking themselves out of things that might be good for them because it comes from a place of being broken. Not having the desires or the drives. Why? What's the point? I'm just going to get fucked. And yet, Scorpio, I might have forgiven all that if their future orientation energy wasn't telling me, okay, I'm feeling a little hurt, I'm feeling a little devoid of Scorpio's energy. My pride hurts a little bit. I'd like to have a little confidence uptick. I'd like to feel a little passion maybe. I'd like to feel some good squishy feelings. Not much, just a page. And then they drop one your way. Again, it's just a form of manipulation. They already know this isn't going to succeed or work out because they've already seen it that way. So they give you half-assed attempts and therefore half-assed signals. And we don't do half-ass, yeah? We use whole ass. There you are. As for you, you're still telling me you need time to sort things out. How you choose to respond to this person, I could not say. Some of you will opt for silence. And for those of you who opt for communication, you are going to be determined to leave your feelings out of it. But do know this. It is a choice to hold on. And when you hold on, you show energy towards something, even if you don't mean to or intend to. So keep that in mind, yeah? I know you're processing your feelings. You show me the moon multiple times, and your cups is in every single moon aspect. All right, we gotta go. We gotta wrap this up. And let me tell you something right now, and I cannot recall who or what sign I said this to the other day, because they had someone else who was going to make contact again in the future. Let me tell you something right now. If you are that Scorpio who resonates or identifies with this reading, and your first feeling or thought is excitement, that the idea that this person will come back around and finally drop some communication on you after a long period of absence and basically not giving a fuck because they've already had a foregone conclusion about what your connection is. One that was never healthy or substantial to begin with and is largely based in manipulation depending on how this person feels, which is mostly absent. Whenever they're not feeling good feelings or passionate, they come around. Other than that, they don't think this connection's worth much. If you are that Scorpio that gets excited by the prospect of that, you're not ready for this. This is not someone who's worth retaining. If your little heart starts fluttering, oh, did she say after all this, after 90 minutes, that they're going to come back around and communicate? Yes, they will. And if you're excited by that, I feel sorry for you. I'm looking at a Scorpio who has to go out of their way to bury their feelings for this person, because I don't feel safe with them. They don't feel safe with them. They don't know what they are for this person. They're not ready to act on it. There's nothing here about a healthy or substantial relationship. Why would you be excited about someone who manipulates? Why would you be excited about someone who only occasionally comes around to get a little energy hit? Why? So if you're that Scorpio, that your heart starts kicking off at the idea of it, ooh, they're going to message, I feel sorry for you. This Scorpio is telling me they have to go out of their way to hide their feelings in order to feel safe. So the prospect of a little page should not be making you excited. Again, Scorpio, it takes energy to hold on to energy. Is that something you want to continue to do? I need you to do more active work in the moon. Use your mind. It will work for you. Many of you already know, but it's a quiet knowing for many of you. So much confusion and insistence. The 24th for some of you might be important. And so much insistence on confusion, stubbornness, refusal to see somebody's feelings at someone's cost. Could be connecting Aries, doesn't have to be. For some of you, in a week. For some of you, you've been struggling with this for 2 years, or possibly upwards to last Aries season. For some of you, September will be significant. Upwards to Libra season. So, well, actually, no, that actually is Libra season. Libra season begins late September. For some of you, you will know the truth of what you're doing by September. For some of you, there might be some aggression in a week. Wheel of Fortune, succinct, 9, 10, 11. Libra, Scorpio season. That's when the Wheel of Fortune really begins to change, and you are doing more correct for yourself. But some of you are still in that place of the Seven of Swords energy. Haven't fully come to terms with what's going on. About the truth of your feelings. And that's happening now in July. Okay. I think we already know, right? Some of you will completely commit to emotionally walking away in August, and you'll be feeling better by September. Okay. More justified and correct, and knowing that you did the right thing, knowing that your energy is no longer being drained excessively, and you don't have to keep your feelings hidden. just because you don't want to prove this person right or wrong. That's bullshit. That's no way to live either. Honey, they're already right by their own convictions. They're not even taken to the equation of yours. They're determined to see this thing as a failure, thus it is. That is self-fulfilling prophecy, and is that someone you want to remain attached to? Or are you truly a positive Nine of Pentacles, as I was saying, and you are the master of your own destiny? Guess which one I'm leaning towards? I don't think you need to be in the moon with your feelings nearly as much as you think you do. You're not giving yourself nearly enough credit. And if it's a pride thing that you just don't want to admit to this person that they were correct, honey, they already know they're correct, so what do you care? What do you care? They're already correct in their mind. They said there's no point to this connection. They were right. They went out of their way to make sure that they were right. They didn't allow themselves any sort of emotional attachment to you in a way that was healthy, other than that fixed their immediate needs for gratification when they're bored or they're lonely. So yeah, if you go completely quiet on this person or ghost, it's justified. I promise. I can't say that's not an option, honey. You pulled the moon 3 times. Talk about silence. And for those of you who that's you, Scorpio. And again, reflection of your season. Also, you could be dealing with a fellow Scorpio. This is the rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. Keeping yourself busy. No time to say hello, goodbye. I'm late, I'm late, I'm late. Some of you are using avoidance tactic to not deal with this person. And there's also space in this too, knowing that eventually they'll drop communication again. And I was about to say something about Taurus. Some of you are dealing with Taurus. You might have some strong Taurus in your chart. And as I was saying, in the anticipation of knowing eventually they'll regain some level of communication with you, you might go into full hiding. Grapes, abundance, fruitfulness. Somebody might be enjoying their wine. Some of you might be taking a break relatively soon. The owl, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but heavy, 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 heavy determination and intelligence from you, which is going to lend to your transformation here as the dragonfly, the hot air balloon. Yeah, I think this person's full of shit too. Scorpio, the great white shark. Never stop swimming, honey. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep going. T-H. W. The Christmas wreath. Also in this, I always forget to say this, the symbol of the world. Yeah, cycling out for some of you. And for some of you, December might be important. Also something to do with the gift exchange. That's interesting. Cancer. Excuse me, Cancer. The Cancer medallion. France. And Paris, I'm sorry. The Eiffel Tower. Very strong romantic notions. That's built in reality. There's no reason why you can't have both. Both strong feelings as well as built-in reality. You don't have to settle for somebody's fragmented point of view of your relationship. It's not yours. Okay, the snowflake, again, indication of you, snowflake, winter, death. Okay, so for some of you, full transformation will be complete come year's end or Scorpio season. Okay? Okay, that's enough. You put it in the comments as you see fit. I will tune into you in the next couple of weeks. Hopefully I can tune into a group of Scorpios where your love energy is not under the moon multiple times. If that's where you need to be, it's not a knock. It's just part of your process. But eventually you're going to have to come out and deal with this. Or perhaps you choose not to. Perhaps silence is the best course of action for this person, especially since they can't engage in it correctly. Or see it correctly, appreciate it correctly, or experience it correctly. Maybe you have deemed it, what's the point? I don't know, that's up to you. Alright, we'll check back on you in a couple weeks. Until then, Scorpio honey, take care. Be well.